As you look down at Agath's dead body, you find her by the front entrance with a swollen tongue and scratches on her neck and leg. Her back has an axe in it. I lost my cat. I've been trying to put these up in the mansion. I think Dante doesn't like them because the other day I went back to one of the spots I put one and they're not there anymore. I'm missing my cat. If you guys can find it, please let me know because I want that cat. Clues and different things about the flower that you found earlier, this purple one here. You found that it could be turned into poison if mixed with the right ingredients, but a lot of the stuff about it have been scratched out of the book. So it appears someone has come through here before and either scratched things out or ripped pages out of the poison book to possibly hide something. Of course, the ingredients to that poison would be in my kitchen. It's literally a kitchen. It's got everything. I am the rightful heir to this mansion, and I don't like the fact that she's selling it. So if I had a reason to kill her, I suppose it would be that. But of course, I would never kill her. Who knows? But the old chef is dead. The new chef is me, Chef Abroad, and that was my father. Dead, doing what he loved, cooking for the rich. And that is what Dante admits to you now. I've not been working in the conservatory. I don't like working in the conservatory, and this I haven't been working as a means of protest because I don't get paid enough. I don't get paid enough. You have to do like a whole secret thing just to get in here. It's too much. And so I don't like doing it. That is correct. As you touch it, you realize that it is made of metal and not plant stuff. It was a very good deceitful plant. Taking it and inserting it into the book and then placing the book back into the bookshelf will then give you a loud thud, a loud clank, and something may have happened in the back.
Whoa, freedom!
Whoa.
Oh, I can't get through the Minecraft painting.
No, unfortunately not. And I will just go ahead and say...
We're stuck in the dungeon, everybody.
As you pull the... I'll just say, too, since you tried to went through it. You pull the painting back, but you see that it is barricaded. There are clearly stairs going down, but it is barricaded, and there is no way to get through. Everyone is shocked to see the room. The chef, Dante, Skella, Birthmark, Serene.
Anyway, I guess I'll check out this table because it's got a lot of...
You can see on the table there are a lot of different ingredients here. There is a mushroom held very carefully with pincers. Skella quickly chimes in and says, "Do not touch that mushroom. That mushroom is extremely dangerous." Everyone else is obviously very sus that she knew that. And of course, the other two flowers there you can see, David immediately touching it, are two different variants of the flower that we discovered earlier was part of the poison. And then, of course, there's beakers and all that other stuff on the table set up potentially to mix them together.
May I ask how you know about this mushroom?
I love plants. And, of course,
oh, yeah, that's true.
I have killed before in the past. But not this time. I know my mushrooms, okay? Look, I may have eaten one or two in the past. I love plants. As you learned earlier from my room, I am not a plant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not a plant. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
These tools over here.
The toolbox is full of a bunch of different tools, items, gadgets, gizmos. Some of them are dangerous, like saws and stuff like that. You find an axe inside, but mixed inside are like flower petals and leaves and things like that.
Has anyone seen anyone else carrying one of these, by any chance?
The only person that would have been carrying one is Dante, but everyone admits that they've never seen Dante carry one. And Dante points out again that he has been slacking off lately because he does not want to be sold with the mansion and he does not get paid enough. So he's the only one that would normally have tools, but he's never seen those tools. And the fact that they're missing from the conservatory is confusing and strange. Papers, please. The papers. The papers are a lot of the torn out pages and papers that were from the book that Wild pulled out earlier, the poison one. Some of the pages that have been torn out are here in this location. They include ingredients that should never be mixed together, including things like crystal shavings, mushrooms, different kinds of combinations of mushrooms and plants that could be very dangerous. One of them, you note, is a poison that has been circled, and it is a paralyzing poison. There is a newspaper in amongst the papers as well. And that newspaper also is a copy of the newspaper clipping that you found in the kitchen.
We have found our main suspect. Looks over at Shift.
They're framing me, I swear. Got anything else to say, Soup Man? Only 2 other people knew about my father being dead. It was Agatha and Dante. They both knew. Dante admits that he did knew. No, he did knew. He did knew. He knew about it as well, but he says that, again, he's never seen this room before. In all the years he's been working here, he's never seen this room and had no idea it existed. And again, reminds you that the map to the whole mansion does not show this room, so it should not exist. The fact that anybody would know about it is kind of strange. What's your motive? The chef, he admits that his father died working for Agatha, and he has always despised Agatha for that reason, but if he wanted to kill her, he would have just poisoned her food this same night, and she would have just died, because he has access to poison. It's in there. It's in there. If I wanted to kill her with poison, it would just happen. She would have just been dead. She wouldn't have even made it out of the room. She would have just ate the poison and just died. No, it wasn't to me. It wasn't.
What if there was more than one?
I'm gonna look in this pot.
In the pot, there is a leaf that's not a leaf. It's like a remote with a single button on it.
Ah, it works for this, don't it?
Obviously, you're gonna press the button and it's going to actually open this instead, giving you access to the conservatory from Agatha's room.
The hell, man?
Yeah, it's not really helpful for you anymore because you've already done everything in the conservatory, but that is one less thing for you to find. That's okay.
I guess look at these posters. They're on the wall.
So on the nose of the left painting, you find a button.
My God.
Oh!
Would you like to press the button?
Yes, I like press button.
You hear it click, and then nothing happens.
Damn
I
it.
ain't setting off a bomb or something.
Maybe you are. Who knows? On the other painting, you discover a hint towards something. Some kind of clue. It says northeast, southwest, east, southwest, northeast.
Is this pencils?
Trash?
Damien kind of booped it.
It's on the wall. It's the wall.
It is the wall, the stars on the wall. You note that one of them is actually protruding from the wall, and you click it, and you hear a click, and nothing happens.
I like about how we went from, like, murder mystery to push all the buttons!
Okay, well, we did everything.
Oh yeah, this is a table.
It's not on the table because if it was, I would have just given it to you
Her chair.
when Damien
Agatha's
threw it.
chair.
Agatha's chair. You remove the cushion and discover... Wait, no, sorry, not the cushion. What the fuck? The whole chair. And no, yeah, you remove the cushion, and there's a button on the side that you could not see because the cushion was covering it up slightly. You push the button, you hear a click, and nothing happens. But you have found all the buttons now, so technically something happened, but you don't know what happened.
Can we move the plant?
Don't want to do nothing.
I mean, yeah, you can move the plant, but it's just going to be a wall behind it.
No!
So you guys should, in theory, have enough evidence to figure out who it is.
Weird ass counter.
Would you like to do something with the counter?
I don't know. Maybe. Weird that it's here.
You move the counter out of the way and discover a series of dials. Each of the things are currently turned east. Each of the dials.
Northeast, southwest, east, southwest, northeast.
So you turn the first one to northeast, the second one to what?
Southwest.
Southwest.
And
It's
then
just the first one.
and then northeast.
Or well.
You hear a lot of rumbling noises and a door opens up.
Yippee! We found the cat!
Alcohol!
The most important part.
The most important part, you have completed you've completed 2 of the side quests. You found the cat, and the buttons you were pressing, I'll admit it to you now, were this panel here. This panel here was a vault panel with glass with a fuck ton of treasure behind it.
We're rich! We're rich!
I'm swimming in it like that Dr. Scrooge guy. We're rich.
Congratulations, you have solved basically everything. The only thing left now is to figure out who did it, or and this is your side quest now, since you have pushed all the buttons and uncovered all of Agatha's treasure, you could now decide to just steal all the treasure and leave and forget about the murder. The only stipulation is that you have to give the mansion to Skella because she's the one that locked us in here originally. So if you give Skella the mansion, she will let you split the treasure and leave the mansion forever. Murderer gets away, and that's the end. If that is what you choose.
Can we still name the murderer?
I say we
Leave
go
anyway?
for it. She deserved to die.
Serene is extremely ecstatic about finding her cat, and she's happy. You can still look around in here if you want to.
Can we interrogate someone for stealing the cat? Because if the murderer stole the cat, they deserve to be killed.
If you figure out who the murderer is, or what at the end of the game, I'm basically going to explain the events of what happened. I'm going to say who did it, why they did it, what their process was throughout the night, and stuff like that. And that would include how the cat got here. The butler did it? Is that your accusation, is that the butler did it? Dante refuses your allegations. Your accusations, I mean.
Even if he did, he deserved to go and do that.
It's always the butler. It couldn't have been me. That's too cliche. That's what Dante says. petting the kitty. Meow. It just meows.
What's the giant
And purrs.
flower thing?
This is heavy research on the poisons and medicines and stuff like that was used possibly on Agatha. All the stuff that was in the secret room you found earlier, this was like more of that basically. Specifically, it lists off a thing that basically it'll make you mute. That's what this poison is meant to do, and that is what this chalkboard depicts to you.
There's only two suspects. It's either the butler or the chef. And either way, they are justified. Let's just leave with the treasure. Let the butler be free to do whatever he pleases with his life. Let his...
Well, he's not
Let,
free because Skella's
the-
gonna take the mansion and him.
Run, Dante, run!
Damien is
And that's
yeah, they're booping the soup.
Can I drink it?
I mean, you probably wouldn't want to. So it is soup. Yeah, it is soup. It doesn't have a nice odor to it because it's probably been in here for a minute. But it is soup. The chef did it. They're changing their answer to chef.
probably.
I mean, I don't see a reason for Skella to do it. Because she was going to get it. She was definitely going to get the... So she had no reason for that. And also, why would... And Birthmark couldn't have done it. Or at least I don't think so. Because why would you
I just
try framing your lover?
He's just a dweeb. I don't think he's actually Italian. That's a good one.
about the wine or soup?
No, it is. It's wine. It's wine. It would be funny if one of them was soup, though, wouldn't it? Wild wants to take the treasure. I think Damien wants to accuse the chef, Chef Brold. And then you, what do you want to do?
Like,
Everything.
is soup.
Everything
Everything is soup. I mean, the
Wild
world's
takes
a soup if
treasure.
you think
Do what
about
you
it.
want, Wild. You take that treasure, you go.
Skella starts getting up in the chef's face. Since everyone else agrees that it was the chef, she decides to join in on them. She gets up in his face and starts adding up all the evidence. Your father died working for Agatha, so you had a reason to kill Agatha. You had a reason to kill her for revenge. Her negligence led to her death, and you didn't get a penny for it. And neither did your father or any of your family get a penny for his death, and so you had a reason to kill her, maybe even to take the treasure, or maybe just to kill her for vengeance. You are a chef, so you know how to mix ingredients together. There's soup in the basement that definitely doesn't smell right. Would possibly have access to Agatha's room.
And there was a newspaper clipping in the evidence room. of
There
his
is
dead
there is
father.
newspaper clipping in the suspicious room as well with the poisons, and there is a fair chance that you would have had access to Agatha's room because she probably wanted room service at some point in time, right? Maybe she wanted maybe I don't know.
She didn't feel good. She wanted soup delivered to her room.
Yeah, and so that's what you did. She wasn't feeling well tonight, so you offered to deliver the food to her bedroom, and that's what you did. But you gave her the soup from the basement. You gave her basement soup, didn't you?
Basement soup.
And the basement soup poisoned her, but not in the way that you hoped it did. Instead of just killing her, it swelled up her tongue, made her super delirious, and she started freaking out. She ran out of the room, and you acted quickly, chasing her with an axe. You killed her right before she could reach the exit to call for help, because of course she couldn't scream because her tongue was swollen and she couldn't speak, and she was delirious anyway. And then, in a panic, you threw the key in the fireplace. You couldn't hide it in time. You heard me coming, and you ran to the kitchen to absolve yourself of any suspicions. That's what happened, right? And the chef, he looks down. They start giggling, and it was him! It was Chef Brold. That is what happened. Those are the events that happened. But it had been planned for some time. It was the chef. The chef did it. I'm gonna run you through how everything happened, I guess. I basically did just then, but he had access to Agatha's room because he obviously delivered food to her sometimes. Gave her the poison. It was supposed to kill her, or at least make her delirious enough that she would kill herself through a mistake.
Teamed up with the butler though to kill him because they like both.
It's true. They did both want her dead. So he failed. So he panicked. Ran to the conservatory or something like that. Grabbed an axe and then chased her out of the room. Chasing her. She can't scream or nothing like that. He almost gets her. He stabs her right as she gets to the end. Throws the key away. And runs back to the kitchen right as Skella comes. The other people, what they were doing, as they were leaving one by one, Birthmark was correct. He went to his room, got the flowers, delivered them to Skella. So that was what he did when he left the table. Skella left the table because she wanted to check where everyone went. She thought it was strange. She was maybe a little bit nervous that someone was going to speak to Agatha and try to butter them up to change her mind about who was going to get the mansion. So she wanted to check to see where everyone went, see if maybe that's what they were doing. And she found her right out the... only a psycho would care about wasted food. Serene just was too upset about her cat, so she decided to go look for the cat. That's where she went. She went to her room one more time to check one more time there.
To be fair, I am exactly like that.
During a murder, yeah, that's true. And Dante, he went to check on Agatha because she did not show up to dinner, so he thought it was strange, and he went to check on her. He discovered that the room was locked and decided that maybe she just wanted to be alone right now and decided to leave her alone and was about to come back to the dining table, but Skella had already left and discovered Agatha's body. And so when he came back, everyone came back and everything happened. The cat is alive, so Serene is reunited with it. During his constant visits to the basement and this secret room down here, on one of those visits, the cat followed him into the basement. And since he always made sure to lock it behind him, the cat got stuck in the basement for days. But it had soup to survive on, so it was fine. And yeah, the secret room has always been there, but it wasn't meant for what he was using it for. It was just another room that was going to be for maybe something else, maybe drugs. Cat is named Soup. Yeah, the cat's named Soup. That's its name now. That's canon. By the way, the scratches on Agatha were from the cat as well.
I thought that was just like her trying to relieve the stress and pain. Like trying to dig a hole so she could breathe more properly.
Damn, that's kind of dark. But it was from the cat.
The guy who wrote Birthmark. It's kind of dark.
I know, but it was from the cat.
So I have one question for you, Chef. Are you going to kill anyone else?
No, I'm satisfied. I killed who I wanted to, but I'm gonna kill all of you probably.
Okay, let's go on with the treasure. We don't need this haunted place anymore.
Chef Brold gets tied up. You take him away somewhere. Technically, the paperwork... a death penalty. Oh no! Oh no! Starts sweating. Starts sweating.
Can I chop his head off?
Jesus Christ. Technically, the paperwork that you found in Agatha's room did confirm that the deed was to be signed over to Skella, so Skella is left with the mansion. And also, technically, she's left with everything in the mansion, so she gets to decide what happens to the treasure, to all the items, everything in it. However, because you guys did not, break and surrender her, she decides to give you some of the treasure. Not all of the treasure, and it's not split evenly.
Yes, leave him with Skella.
Actually, leave him with Skella. Skella decides his fate. Lunar Glow, you're going to get a fair portion of the treasure, and some rich person. You two are getting the majority of the treasure, since you guys were the ones who figured out it was him. Dirty Pepper, I didn't realize you changed your name to Dirty Pepper. You're getting some of the treasure, but not as much as Lunar and Rich Person, because you decided that you were going to stick with the treasure rather than figure out who did it.
It was between the butler and the chef, but it was soup.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Anything?
Well done. You learned how to DM.
Roughly. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This was very different. I want to do something like this again, maybe on a smaller scale. I was thinking about doing something with like an island being like Castaways or something. That might be fun.
Oh, that's a
Killer
good title for the video.
Killer Soup.
Then again, it would be
Yeah, that might be too
way
big of a
too
hit, I feel like.
obvious.
And with that, we have the end of our Who Done It special. Were you guys able to deduce that it was the chef the entire time? Did you guess it very early on? Did you guess it late on? Let me know in the comments below what your original guesses were, and if you were able to figure it out by the end. But regardless, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all of those wonderful things like that, because whenever you do wonderful things like that, you also get access to wonderful content such as this, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things like that, and remember, most importantly, to stay wonderful.